Okay, so you just close the virtual. I saw that thing.
Right. Rick, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to call the December 17th. Okay, there I go. I'd like to call to order the December 17th meeting of the Timber Oaks Board of Directors. Would we all, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call, Ms. Debbie?
Yes, ma'am. Paula DePace. Eileen Dunn. Dave Kaufman.
Here.
Mike Delf.
Here.
Rick Agler.
Here.
Donna Mosier.
Here.
Susan Muniak.
Here.
Hello?
All right,
Can I call you
this-
back?
can I have a motion for the minutes
What?
of November 19th?
So moved.
Second,
Aye.
any corrections? Seeing none? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Okay, motion for the minutes of the closed Board of Directors meeting on November 19th.
I'll make a motion to accept. Second.
Any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, treasurer's report.
We're moving right along. Everything is looking good. We're running along about almost $74,000 to the good for the year. All our expenses everything is either close to on budget. We're running a little high on legal expenses, but there's a couple other places we're running a little low. So everything's looking good so far.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Seeing none, carried. Okay, Jack, manager's report.
Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Working?
Yep.
Turn me up a little bit. 7. Hello? Anybody hear me now? Okay, a little while back, Mike repainted all the poker tabletops in the card room and billiard room. Turned out really great. Did a nice job on it. Richard installed no parking signs in the area of the parking lot over here. It has too many large roots to install the ballards. These signs were connected with the decorative white chain, and that's the area where the golf cart had gone through and into the crowd when that incident occurred. Richard also replaced an irrigation valve out here in front of the clubhouse. On the 24th, Richard Nelson brought up all the decorations from the maintenance shed. Like 3 truckloads worth for all the decorations they put up around here. Nelson installed, on November 21st, I spent a couple of hours going over additional cameras for the complex with one of the vendors, which I later met the two other vendors for camera bids. On November 24th, Nelson installed new GFI outlet on the gazebo that wasn't working. We found that out when we tried plugging in the trees and the lights out there. On December 1st, Richard was able to clean off the graffiti on the signs out here on the pool deck from the incident that we had. He was able to use a magic eraser and got it all off. On December 1st, Fitness Logic, our new maintenance company for the fitness equipment, came out and performed their first maintenance on the gym equipment. Richard and Nelson also repaired the old fence that's around the old well pump up there in Nature Park. The guys cut down some limbs hanging down in front of the Timber Oak sign on Madeira. Like I said, I met with other contractors on the cameras. On December 4th, Pasco County Sheriff, unmarked sheriff's vehicles were pulling over speeders on Ponderosa. We had one elderly lady who looked like she was going to run, but she finally pulled over. Redwire came out and performed their annual fire alarm inspection. Everything passed. Nelson replaced 2 of the finials on the entrances to Fairway. Richard also painted over some graffiti on the wood railing in Timber Park by Pepper Tree. I spoke to the owner of Three Seasons because I know a lot of people have been talking about the La Madeira entrance. He's going to try to come up with a plan to landscape there with stuff that people can't easily snatch, grab, and run. But coming up with a planting scheme and some mulch, he's supposed to get me a proposal on that. Richard and I surveyed the common areas. We found the fence, Spanish gate, retention pond by the pool needed repairs. The guys have already been on that. Did Nelson finish with the slats yet? Okay, so that project's probably already finished. I submitted the new no trespass agreement with the sheriff's office. This will allow the deputies to trespass someone without having to contact a board member or myself. So that's now on file. Richard had to replace another irrigation valve up on La Madeira. And Mike also did some touch-up paint in the bathrooms. Violations, we had 49 closed and 22 new.
Okay.
That's my report.
Any questions for Jack?
I have just one minor thing. Nelson replaced 2 FINIALS.
Finials, the balls.
The
on top.
balls on top of
Wood
the
balls.
thing?
No idea.
I also have a couple questions. Any of our gym users out there, just kind of checking to get a little feel if everything looks okay after the first time around with the service from the new gym supplier. So far, so good. Let's communicate with them. If there's things we need to talk with them about, let us know so we can.
And let me know at the office. I can report it to them. They'll come and address it.
And then the other thing I'd like to comment on, Jack, I appreciate that the sheriff's department came out one time. We need to somehow be diligent with the sheriff's department because I do not think we are getting the support from law enforcement here that we deserve and we pay for. So
I will contact the sheriff himself.
keep on them that having people come out here.
Okay, will do.
Me, for one, I'm not happy with our local law
No,
enforcement right now.
And I will make one comment on that for anyone in the audience or listening on, watching on TV or recorded, the recorded version. If you have something that is actually police related, don't call the office, call the police. Let them hear from us. If somebody is doing something on your property or there's, you know, speeders speeding on your street, yes, it's okay to call us,
The more
But-
calls, the better to the sheriff's department.
but you have to, we need it to hear from all the individuals also, because the more, you know, squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Exactly.
Okay. If it's quick, Karen, because
Luciola, Casarina Drive. Is this on?
no,
Turn it on.
That was quick enough.
Luciola, Casarina Drive. First of all, we don't have enough sheriffs in.
Try it again.
try again. Can you hear me?
All right.
Okay, Luciola, Casarina Drive. First of all, our county is understaffed with sheriffs. Have we considered seeking, the Timber Clubhouse parking lot as a rest, a stop, or whatever, the sheriff's department, for them to park and fill out reports and blah, blah, blah?
That's what they told us they were going to do.
Okay. I want everyone to know that we are understaffed in Pasco County. I reported a theft in progress and it took them 2.5 hours. We do not have the manpower or the coverage, and if you look at a map, we have like 1 or 2 officers for a very large quadrant unless something goes on and then they all converge. We just don't have a lot of money in our county that's allotted to sheriffs. So we really cannot depend on them exclusively. We need the big signs, we need to enforce and press charges. We've got to do our due diligence.
Thank you for your input.
Okay, moving on to the art committee.
Tanya Binkley Art Committee. The committee reviewed 28 arcs, 22 were approved and 6 were disapproved.
It said 22 were approved and 6.
22 were approved and 6 were disapproved.
Okay, can I have a motion for the 22?
I make a motion, we accept the 22 that were approved by the art committee.
Second.
Any questions? Seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Okay, now we've got the 6 that were, let's do them one at a time. Okay, the first one is on Forest Green, which is the vinyl panels. And the reason for disapproval.
That's actually on Quimby.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
Quimby.
It's in Forest Green on Quimby, sorry. I read the top line. Okay, and the reason it was disapproved,
It's not decorative paneling, it's more event.
okay. All right, can I have a motion to disapprove?
So move.
Second.
Any questions? Seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Okay, the next is also in Forest Green. This one's on Quimby.
Same address.
Same address. And what is, Tanya, the reason?
They didn't put the dimensions of the trash can barrier. They're doing trash, they didn't list the dimensions, so.
Didn't know. Okay,
Okay, well, the attached picture says it's 4 foot by 5 foot, so,
There's a picture of that.
yeah.
That's where, I'm just going out here for the spot for a second. Okay.
4 foot by 5 foot. Oh, which would be,
To really hide the garbage can up on the street, which is a requirement, it should be an L shape, not just one thing up against the house. And there's no dimension or a diagram of exactly where it's gonna go.
Would you speak up, please?
okay,
Something with the dimensions, maybe it was too high. Hold on, let me look.
Hey, Doc.
Yes, you may.
All right. Across the top, it says it's a 4-foot high, 5-foot wide, West Savannah louver, no dig, white vinyl decorative privacy, flat top fence panel screen kit. It's a no dig. I don't understand what it sits, there's some place in one of these that I see where it sits on top of the ground. And also, I think it's too high for our dimensions. Our committee looked into it and they say no. I have to go with our committee.
All right, question. Debbie, did you call the person?
I did, they haven't got back. I think they're out of town right now for the holidays.
Okay. Well, if they fix, it'll come back next time. But for right now, we'll disapprove.
I make a motion, we not approve this one.
Second.
Any comments? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Now, Forest Green must be doing a lot of work. We're on Gold Pine. And this is, oh, I know what this one is. It's a wrought iron staghorn arbor. It looks like a gazebo. There is a, well, okay, the reason that it was.
Like a giant bird cage.
Yeah,
Page 8, section M is the reason why in the art.
okay.
It was denied.
I make a motion, we deny this one also. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Okay, an Oaks Club on Benton. And this was for painting of the porch.
Driveway.
It's not an approved color. I make a motion, we not accept this one.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I was-
Yeah, okay. Seeing none, motion carries. Okay, this one is in Driftwood. It's for, chain link fencing with 4 to 5 metal poles to divide per lot from the neighbor's lot.
Section 13D.
Okay. No fences in the front yard.
Well, that
Yeah,
fencing's not allowed
It's-
either.
It's not an approved.
It's not an approved fencing.
Right,
I'll make a motion. Deny
okay.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
that. Aye.
Okay, opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Okay, this is on Little Dell Court. And it's for a fountain. And I know we have the owner here. 1 second, let's get a motion first. The fountain, you have a picture of the fountain on the back, and they want to put this in the front of the house. All right, can I have a motion?
You want the reason why it's this for? It's in the covenants, page 12, section 13, subsection 5.
I make a motion, we deny it. While I think it'd look really nice in the front yard, it's obvious that our covenants say.
It has to be in the
it has to be in
backyard.
the Back, yeah.
Exactly.
Second.
Okay, sir, comment from, please.
Why was it denied?
Excuse me?
Why was it denied?
Our covenants say it has to be in the backyard, not the front.
Fountain or the?
The fountain. Well, okay, the question is, we considered it a bird bath.
No, ma'am, it's not a bird bath.
What is, okay, how is the water going to be how is the water going to get into the fountain?
It will move. It's got a pipe, it's got a pump on it.
And where's the water coming from? Are you piping water to it?
No, I'll fill the basin.
And if you've got water sitting in a basin, we were considering that a bird bath is what we considered it as, a bird bath. And is it going to be, how is it going to be connected to the ground?
You got a slab pull or board, put it on there in the front. There was a tree there. It's going to beautify the yard, I'll tell you for sure.
Any other questions for?
Just a comment is that, I think,
You're on.
am I on?
Yeah, just a little closer.
Am I on?
Yeah.
All right.
Turned it off.
No matter what we call it, I think it's gonna be a bird bath. By the way, you've got a beautifully developed front yard there. I know you've got a section out there, and something should go there, I would think, but, we generally do not, I'm not sure I agree with them totally, but our rules that say no, so I will be going with that. But, nice try, it'd be nice in your backyard, and then maybe,
It's a little expensive,
maybe something else.
backyard.
Talk to the committee and find out what you can put there, because you got a nice developed area there you're working on.
Right.
Thank you for that, but I'm afraid this one's a no, for me at least.
I just don't consider a fountain a bird bath. There's a big difference.
Again, I agree with Rick. I think it would look really nice there, but I think it's pushing the envelope and I have to say no.
We think it's too big or?
No, could I make a sign?
No, it's just we don't, our covenants say no bird baths in the front yard, so.
Okay.
Sir, I would like to make a comment to you as well.
Yes, sir.
I'm from Florida, and the biggest problem with bird baths is that the water is stayed, and during certain times of the year, it's a breeding ground for mosquitoes. And we have a bad time with mosquitoes anyway, and I think part of limiting the number of bird baths as well as their location has something to do with that. So I can't read the minds of people who wrote these 52 years ago, but I would think that that would be another reason, just for you to be aware of.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, I have a motion and 1 second. Tanya?
If he wants to look, there is a section in our ARC about statues. And if his statues fall within the height guidelines and everything, a statue could be put there in place of that fountain.
Thank you, Tanya. Okay, I have a motion and it's been seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Seeing none, motion carried. Okay. We're up to committee reports. And
Live Oaks is perfect.
Live Oaks is coming up.
Live Oaks is here.
Hi, Live Oaks.
We had our Live Oaks board meeting on November 25th, and we reviewed the first quarter of 2026. And as you will see coming in all the future Timber Times, we have many events going on. We continue to have very well attended events, and we are grateful for that. Our volunteer tracking is in place for 2026. And we did provide kitchen staff for our quarterliers this past weekend. So our next Live Oaks board meeting is December 30th, and we just want to thank Tosca and all of our residents for supporting us so well throughout this last year.
Thank you. Okay. Other committee reports. I know we are not getting one from the library. There's fine. Go ahead.
Wanielewski, Finance Committee, Chairman. 6 received, 1 was corrected, 3 are enforced.
Thank you.
Fine.
Finding. It was on.
Mike,
should
it was
have
on
been
the
in front
dais
of
because
you.
they just gave us
It was on
us.
the dais. Okay. Finance Committee? Did you?
Yeah, we had a meeting for the finance, I'm not the speaker, by the way. It sounds good to me. Anyway, we had a meeting for the finance meeting and I already discussed it, a few things with you, Sue, so I
Yeah,
think everything's been pretty well taken care of for this
Okay.
time. Thank you.
you're welcome. Okay, any other committees out there that I missed? Well, then we'll move on. Unfinished business, camera proposals. Okay, we have two proposals from two different people. And we have one for a separate proposal for camera and for monitoring that, which from Enviro. I am going to suggest that we take these and put them and table them to a special meeting, which we will have to decide before our next January meeting. And at this special meeting, what we will have is we will have each of the people come and explain what they will do and why they're picking what they are picking and what it actually will entail. We'll have one presentation and the board will ask questions of them. Then we'll have another presentation and the board will ask questions of them. Then we will meet, if it's only two at that point, then after we will meet and the board will take input from the audience at that time, questions at that time, so that we can hear what the two different companies are offering and how much they cost. And we will also, at that time, explain what Enviro, because it would make a difference as to which company we went with or whatever, whether we did the Enviro. We might even want to invite Enviro there too.
Yeah, just to expand a little bit, y'all, I think this is really, really important. With all the things going on in the world today, I think we need to make sure we do this right. We've got two quotes from two reputable companies. I'm not a security guy. None of us are security people. I want these people to come in and tell me what they're offering it, and I want to be able to ask questions of them. And then once we decide on who it might be, I want you all to be able to ask questions too, because it's a big number. I think it's really important, and I think we have to do it right. So while I want to get it done sooner rather than later, I don't want to rush into anything and make a bad decision.
Rick?
Madam President. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with everything he said. When this first happened, I'm a former district attorney, assistant district attorney, and then I was also chief public defender of our county for 10 years. I know criminals, okay? I dealt with them. This has such a big opportunity to expand. Once they get away with something, it becomes commonplace. And my first comment was, do not belittle this, do not put this under the rug. I didn't have to write that. Every one of them here knew how, said, yeah, this is very important, and we're treating it such. Madam President, I would ask that this meeting be in January,
Yes.
because I'm gone as of tomorrow.
Yeah,
I wanna
no,
be in
it will be in January.
Okay.
Hopefully we can get a date before the meeting, the January meeting,
After the 7th.
after the 7th. That's why I said I couldn't put a date, because I have to find out when everyone is available.
Well, one of our members is getting married, Barbara Martin, on January 3rd. And so we're staying for that a little longer.
But this thing is so damn important. We've got it out there. We thought we had it, and then we come back with cameras that don't show us what we want and like that. So we're trying to make sure it's being done right. And a special meeting is not a closed meeting. It is an open meeting, just like this meeting. You just have to be aware of when the date is. So keep an eye open, get a friend, so they'll tell you, because the dates are posted on the board, but how many of you go read our board all the time? Thank you.
All right,
That's it, thank you.
thank you. Rick, anyone else want to say anything? I'll make a motion that we take, do I have to make a motion or
No.
nothing? I don't
No,
think
I
I
haven't.
need
You
a
haven't
motion.
voted on anything, so.
Right.
Okay, so we will postpone doing this until watch for notice of the special meeting. Dave?
Just to make sure that people understand, what we're doing though is we're asking Jack is he gonna get another quote, or are we gonna go with the two that we have?
If he can find someone that can do it,
Because I did have the third one come out,
Right.
did the entire walkthrough. Now they're not responding to email, and all the phone numbers on his business card are temporarily out of service.
That's not somebody we want to be in a manager of security.
Maybe somebody stole all the stuff.
that doesn't speak well.
Somebody recommended from another resource manager who spoke highly of them.
Yeah, well, something happened.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Next item is the parking lot proposal. And we have, this is for on this same side, on the side with the gazebo, where the bottom, when you make the turn, there's this big piece of concrete, and it has gravel and whatever, and then there are parking spots. There are 3 parking spots now. We have 2 different proposals. One is to take out that whole section of concrete, that's the one barrier that goes around, and concrete over the whole area.
Well,
Well, go ahead.
Actually, Sue, the lesser of the two proposals for 4,500 was taking the corner off of that curb
Right,
and then concreting that. And then installing a drain flume, concrete drain flume from where it comes off the upper parking lot down to the bottom parking lot. The second proposal is take all the curbing out, take all the mulch and gravel out, and concrete the whole thing, and just let the water flow.
and just let the water.
And then we can stripe it and paint it however we want to do it.
So for everybody sitting out there, these parking places are the 3 that are across from the handicap spots, right close to where the fence is by the pool equipment. Opposite of that, and that big curb there, people having to step over, step into it. It's
Some
gonna look
vehicles
a
having
whole lot
issues.
like, it's gonna look a whole lot like the one that we just did. It'll be striped, it'll be a lot easier on our tires and probably easier to make the turn there.
Madam President,
Yes,
I had heard rumor about, I think, yeah, about another parking spot where they almost had a back end. I didn't think that was a good idea. So I want to know if that's still part of.
no, no,
Okay.
we're just talking
Okay.
the bottom
No, I
part.
know that was in development. Didn't know where that development had ended up.
It ended up in the
Okay.
trash can. Okay. May I have a motion for one of the 2?
I'll make a motion.
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion that we accept what I'm calling the second quote, which was for the total demolition of those curb and filling it with concrete for $5,200.
And I second that motion.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from the board on it? Seeing none, is there any discussion from the audience? Great, seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. All right, on to new business. The pool service. Jack, you want to,
All right, we presently use, Pool Medic. They visit 3 days a week and the cost is $925 a month. I've been kind of disappointed on their, and I've been getting on them about the cleaning of the tiles. They send us a report every time they're here. It says they clean them, but you go outside and look, they're not clean. I just don't think I'm getting the response that I want out of them. So I looked up a gentleman that did the pool for us up at Silverthorne for a number of years. It's David Stahl's Pool Clean. He came out, checked out our equipment, looked at our pool, and he's agreed to do it for $125 a month less. And he knows my pet peeves. And he said he would schedule it for, first thing early in the morning to get it done.
My only question would be, does he have I don't know what Pool Medic keeps for parts and resources, but it seems like when we need a switch or a valve or those kind of things, they usually have them, or are those things off the shelf? Does he have that kind of stuff in stock?
He has some wires that he
Okay.
can get the stuff from. I asked him about if we need to replace pumps, whatever. He said, got a pump guy that can do that for him.
Okay, because I also, so everybody knows, I also am not happy with Pool Medic, a couple things, the service, and anything that is not routine for day that they're here, and a lot of things that happen on their off days that we pay an extra bunch of money for. I think they are missing that stuff on the days they're here. And I just see it too often. If they have to come out on, their service days are Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If they have to come out another day, the first item on the bill, if they're here for 5 minutes, is $150. Just to come, flip a switch, turn a knob, whatever they do. And it aggravates the stew out of me because I see it over and over and over when I'm approving invoices.
And David Stahl's pool service is
$100?
$50 an hour for emergency services.
Madam President,
Yes.
I'm going to refrain from any involvement here because Dave Stahl from my hometown in Pennsylvania, not my hometown, but you were raised in it. His aunt was my legal secretary, but I don't know if it's the same Dave Stahl or not. I suspect it's just the same name. I think it'd be better if I just refrain from staying out of this.
Okay, thank you.
I would like to point out to everybody that's here that they bid $800, but with one on section 3 on compensation, they do quote that price based upon 83 degrees, the pool temperature. Now, we have ours hotter than that.
What's dollar per degree? I believe.
In the summer, and then in the winter, we have it a few to 88 degrees, if I understand correctly. So each degree that we go up, because of the use of the chemicals, they charge $1 more. It's nominal, but I wanted you guys to understand, especially the finance committee. They look at the bill, they go, I thought that guy was 800, and it's really going to be 803 at part of the time, at 805 during the winter months. And that has to do again with the amount of chemicals that the hotter pool uses, and so that would make this cost go up.
Not much. It's minimal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I,
$1 a degree.
Yeah, about a month.
Yeah. All right, any more questions or comments from the board? Seeing none, and I see no one up at the mic. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone else? Donna? Oh, okay. Those against? Seeing none, motion carries.
I abstain.
That's right, one abstention. All right, now we go on to,
Did somebody make a motion to switch?
we did, before we discussed it. We did.
I have you and Dave.
Okay.
Okay. We have a resignation from the art committee by, Melody and.
Because
Thank you. Picos, and, I'd like a motion to accept her resignation.
I'll make a motion to accept Melody Picos' resignation from the ARC committee.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries, and at this point, I'd like to make a motion to nominate, Pat Wajunas for the, art committee.
Second.
Any comments?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
Back in 7, 8 years ago, when Lanny and I were on the committee with Pat and others, I think she'll make a great addition to come back on the committee. So I thank her for stepping up and being part of it. Thank you.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Now we're going on to, fines and suspensions. You made it after all.
I got a funeral to go to, so I'm gonna have to leave. Okay. I moved to find the owner of 8025 Pasadena Drive, $50 a day for maintenance of the light. It's a violation of covenants of $5,000.
I second it.
Comments? Seeing none, also, oops, I'm sorry, I didn't see your hand, Rick.
I'm sorry. I didn't have it. In your defense, I didn't have it up.
Okay,
I'm trying to see what's wrong with this property.
it's full of dollar weed, clover and everything else. I don't.
if you can see all,
It's hard to see it.
all right? Any comments? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I moved to find the owner
Well,
of
wait, we didn't vote. We didn't fin anyone opposed? Seeing none, motion carries.
Now, I moved to find the owner of 10989 Pepper Tree Lane, $100 initial fine for parking of vehicles that is in violation of Tosca covenants, with the understanding that additional fines and or legal charges will be placed on account if not corrected.
Would you say that again for me, please?
We're charging them $100. We're charging them $100 initial fine for parking of vehicles.
Hallelujah, I second.
Discussion.
Yes, Dave or Rick?
What Dave? No, I'm listening.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that this is one that when we go through our complete process and then it goes to finding and they say, well, the boat's moved, and 2 days later they park the boat there, and then we go through 3 months of this, and it's just not conducive to what we're trying to do. So that's why the fine was increased and it accrues immediately.
This one isn't the boat, though.
No, this is car. It's the same.
Same thing though.
It's in the same boat, right?
Yeah.
Madam Secretary, I don't think we've ever done this before.
Yes, we have.
We have? So you're sure we're not in a problem with it or anything else?
We confirmed with the attorney.
What's that?
We did confirm with the attorney.
Okay, that was my question, because we were not informed of it. If you run it by the attorney's line, thank you.
Okay. Any other comments? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries.
I moved to find the owner of 8824 Wabash Lane, $100 initial fine for parking of vehicles that's in violation of Tosca covenants, with the understanding that additional fines and or legal charges will be placed on account if not corrected.
And this is for the ATV parked on the side of the garage there?
Yeah.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
No,
Did you have, this is the same thing, and this person has done this 45 times.
otherwise it's parked overnight and
Oh,
not
yeah.
just him running in,
Uh-uh,
him or she.
uh-uh.
Okay, yes,
All right, all those in favor?
aye,
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carried.
I move to find the owner of 8100 Los Alamos $50 a day for maintenance of lot that's in violation of Tosca covenant up to $5,000.
Okay, second.
I'm actually struggling with this one a little bit. It's because the yard's browning and it's fall. It's actually winter time. My yard guy is down to where he only comes once a month because nothing's growing. And things are starting to turn brown. So I think we have a little problem enforcing this. I understand there's bare patches and stuff there, but that's not what it says.
Actually,
You are on water.
And it's on one of the streets in my neighborhood and I'd like to see it fixed, but the way it is, I think we have.
All right, anyone else want, Dave?
yeah, I just want to call attention that, section 13B, this has, you have to maintain the landscape between the sidewalks, joining the street, mowing and pruning the shrubbery, application of fertilizer and weed control, pesticides. To me, it doesn't look like it looks like there's just, clippings and that sort of thing in the yard. And there's no attempt, it looks like to me, to remedy the situation.
I don't dispute that. But we're saying it's maintenance of your yard, the area of your yard that's brown.
Darn it, it's right up there, only, Browning.
Yeah.
Dave, Madam President, okay.
Yeah.
The way I'm reading this, it says the violation is maintenance of lot dash. There are areas of your lawn that are browning. Period. That's the end of the charge. And I agree that this time of year, I bet you we could go around and get maybe 400 lots easily because of the our rain situation. The rest of it is just the section that it comes under, but we didn't charge them with anything else. So if I'm looking at this just for Browning, I'm not going to vote for it.
All right, any other comments? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
If motion's turned down. What?
This needs to be.
Yeah.
Well, recharge.
Yeah.
Okay, the next is, may I have a motion for one, oh, you've got, I'm taking over your job, sorry.
I move to find the owners of 11010 Island Pine Drive. Am I saying that fast? $50 a day for maintenance of lot that's in violation of Tosca covenant at $5,000.
And I second.
Any questions? Seeing
I'll
none.
just comment, worst case of non-trimming accident. In one of our photographs, I'll put that.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Donna, your turn.
I move to find the owners of 8809 Woodmont Lane, $100 initial fine for parking of vehicles that's in violation of Tosca covenants, with the understanding that additional fines and/or legal charges will be placed on account if not corrected.
I second it.
Okay, any questions? This is the boat.
Oh, this is a car. I'm looking at it.
No, look behind the car.
The boat. That's good.
Hooked up to it.
Oh, there's a car and a boat on the line.
Yeah. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries.
Okay, I move to find the owner of 11040 Island Pine Drive $100 initial fine for parking of vehicles that is in violation of TSCA covenants, with the understanding that additional fines and or legal charges will be placed on account if not corrected.
I second it.
Okay, any questions?
Yeah, I wonder why there's not one there for the yard too.
I don't know, there might have been at another time, I don't know. But, okay, any other questions? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, motion carries.
And I have to leave early, guys, so everybody out there have a nice Christmas. See you next time.
Okay, thanks, Donna. You made it through 99% of the meeting. All right, we get to correspondence. Is Claudia here? Or anyone? No, the board has seen the correspondence. And is, Patricia Morrow or Elizabeth Gideon here? Or anyone representing them? Seeing none, that everyone has seen this. Okay. I am asking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
You got the other correspondence. The handwritten one?
Yeah, that was who I just asked for.
Oh, because you got the one about the musical too.
I did. That's why I
Okay, I'm
asked this.
losing it. I'm sorry.
Okay, there were two. We had two, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's here to speak to
My
either
bad.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now can I have that motion to adjourn?
So moved.
And
seconded.
and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Open forum. Anyone? Oh, here comes an open forum. Okay.
Hey.